Okay. This is the Commissioner meeting of May 27th, 2026 at 6 p.m. at the Sussex County Administrative Center, Commissioner Meeting Room, 1 Spring Street, Newton, New Jersey. Can I have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Carney.
Here.
Deputy Director DeGroot.
Here.
Commissioner Henderson.
Here.
Commissioner Silverthorne.
Here.
Director Space.
Here. Can we get a moment of silence and a salute to the flag? Moment of silence will be in honor of Memorial Day and all of the fallen soldiers that have died to protect our freedoms. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. For public statement pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, PL 1975, adequate notice as defined by Section 3D of Chapter 231, PL 1975, has been made by regular mail and email, such notice being submitted on January 6, 2026, from the Administrative Center of the County of Sussex, located at 1 Spring Street, Newton, New Jersey, to the following: New Jersey Herald, Star Ledger, Strauss News, and is also posted on the bulletin board maintained in the Administrative Center for Public Announcements and has been submitted to the Sussex County Clerk in compliance with said act. At this time, please mute all electronic devices. Number 5, approval of agenda. There will be a couple of changes to the agenda. Number 11, minutes will be moved to the June 10th meeting. And in addition to number 14, resolutions added letter Y. Okay, can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Okay, Commissioner Henderson, second.
Second.
Commissioner Silverthorne, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained. Motion carries. Number 6, proclamations, certificates, and presentations. We have a proclamation for the 250th anniversary of the United States, and we'll be reading that on June 7th at the Sussex County Fairgrounds. The event starts at 3 p.m. We're looking forward to it. Number 7, there's no public hearing. Number 8, public session from the floor. This public session is for those wishing to make a comment of 3 minutes or less regarding an agenda item. Please line up at the microphone and state your name, municipality, and agenda topic for the record. Can I get a motion to open the floor for public comment?
So moved.
Okay, Commissioner Silverthorne, and a second, Deputy Director DeGroot. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained. Okay, the floor is open for public comment, agenda topics only.
Senator Sanderston, I'm just wondering if you're going to explain number 12, the ordinance about.
Yes, yep. That is Commissioner Henderson and I had a meeting with Sheriff Strada and our administrator. And we are planning on adding metal detectors to protect the commissioners and the residents, the public. So, which they've been doing in other municipalities, and we just feel it's the time. Okay. Anyone else? Can I get a motion to close public comment?
So moved.
Okay, Commissioner Henderson, second, Deputy Director DeGroot. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained. Number 9, Commissioners' comments. We'll start with Commissioner Silverthorne.
Library kickoff of events for summer 2026 on June 25th. They'll be creating with clay. It's at 1 p.m. at the Franklin Branch, 103 Main Street in Franklin. On June 26th, there'll be the Brian Richards Magic Show. It's at 12:30 p.m. at the Sussex Wantage Branch, and at 2:30 p.m. at the Dorothy Henry Branch. And then on June 27th, there'll be Dinosaurs Arise. It'll be 10 a.m. at the main library on 125 Morris Turnpike in Frankfurt. And then it'll be at 1 p.m. at the Lewis Childs Branch in Stanhope. Also, families are invited to participate in the Stomp Out the Hunger Challenge. You can bring a food donation to any of the branches and receive a stamp on the challenge ticket, collecting stamps from all 5 participating branches and returning the tickets to qualify for a special prize. Full program details for the whole summer calendar events, rules, prizes, list of generous donors, etc., are all available on the website, and the summer reading webpage is there as well. In addition to that, just a couple of things. I'll try to limit it to just the things I did on my own. Board of Elections meeting with Administrator Marks. I went to the IPAC on Memorial Day wreath ceremony, and I was almost by myself last night at the Montague Committee meeting, but I bumped into Commissioner Henderson. And there's a bunch of other things I did, but I'll save that for you guys, and that's about it.
That's me. Commissioner Carney. Oh, no, sorry, Commissioner Henderson.
Okay, on May 15th, the board attended the Sussex County Senior Event at the Fairgrounds. Great turnout of seniors. Thank you to Lorraine Hentz and staff for all you do for the seniors of Sussex County. On May 16th, Commissioner Silverthorne and I attended the Daughters of the Revolutionary event at the Old Newton Burial Ground. On the 18th, Commissioner Silverthorne and I attended the Sussex County Ag meeting. Several topics were discussed, as well as neighbor conflict hearings held. On May 20th, I attended the SCUMA meeting where a letter from Frankfort Township teacher was read regarding the SUMA Wallkill River watershed management during a recent class trip to the Culver Brook Preserve. This outing highlighted the commitment to the environmental education and community engagement. It went on to say they look forward to the continued relationship with SCUMA and the Wallkill River Watershed Management Group. Another area of concern was the aging of the Upper Wallkill Valley Sewer Plant and what actions are needed to move forward with the exceptional service that has been provided to the residents of multiple towns and users. On May 21st, Commissioner Director Space and I met with a member of the EMS regarding various questions and concerns for clarification. Also that afternoon, Commissioner Director Space, Silverthorne, and I attended a ribbon cutting at McGuire campus for the new building construction of Diesel Technology Program and Classroom. On Memorial Day, I attended the Vernon Parade. Great turnout. I'd like to express my gratitude to the veterans that paid the ultimate sacrifice for this country. It's unfortunate that all the parades and memorial events in the county are held at such close times. It makes it almost nearly impossible to attend more than one event. A couple of things from the Sussex County Community College meeting. Work began on a new chemistry lab and an outdoor fitness court. There was also an art gallery naming for William Finch to honor the $1.247 million given to the college. Also, a curriculum was approved for the film production, and a lot of positive things are happening at the college. Please visit their website and newsletter for more information. On May 26th, Commissioner Silverthorne and I attended the Montague Township. It's interesting to hear the concerns of other committees throughout the county. And lastly, from the Division of Senior Services, it's time for a Design the Pin contest for the 26th Annual Salute to Military Vets. Each year, a patriotic design contest is held among students. The winning design is made into a pin. These pins are given to all veterans during the annual Salute to Military Veterans Parade, which is held on the 1st of November at the fairgrounds. 6th, 7th, and 8th grade students are encouraged to submit a pin design and express their support and appreciation to the veterans of Sussex County. You can find additional information at seniorservices@sussex.nj.us. And that's all I have.
Commissioner Carney.
Highway Agency Stormwater Permit. Division of Public Works is refocused on repairing and cleaning stormwater inlets. Annual cleaning is one of the minimum basic requirements included with the Sussex County Highway Agency Stormwater Permit issued by the NJDEP. The annual inspection program identified around 800 stormwater inlets that need to be cleaned and 30 high-priority repair projects. As part of the inspection program, repairs are assigned a high, medium, or low priority. In total, there are 343 open inlet repair work orders. Resources are allocated to highest priority locations first. Sussex County Farmland Preservation Plan. As a reminder, the Sussex County Planning Board is holding a public meeting at 4 p.m. on June 1st to review and adopt the updated comprehensive farmland preservation plan. Sussex County Agricultural Board has been working on updating the plan for the past year, and the updated plan will help steer the program over the next 10 years. The meeting will include a presentation of the plan updates, and plan goals and objectives. The draft plan is available for review on the Sussex County website. This hearing offers the public an opportunity to provide comments on the plan Comments can also be provided directly to the Sussex County Division of Planning, or you can call. The division can be reached at 973-579-0500. Paving projects. Construction is underway on the 25 resurfacing program. The contractor has been upgrading curb ramps at intersections within the project limits. Roadway milling and paving has been completed on County Road 653 or Clove Road in Montague. Paving crew is currently working on County Route 521, Owasso Road in Frankford. The program will include the milling and paving of just over 23 miles of county routes. Work will continue through late July. The Division of Engineering is finalizing the engineering plans and project specifications for the 26 resurfacing program. Design will be finalized within the next few weeks and sent to the NJDOT for review and approval. Once approved by the NJDOT, the project will be publicly bid. The 26 resurfacing project includes repaving of 22 miles of county routes. In addition to repaving, the 26 project will incorporate systematic safety enhancements identified as the part of a Sussex County Local Action Safety Plan. These enhancements will include centerline rumble strips, wider white edge lines, and raised pavement markers. Work on the program will begin in the fall. You could reach them as well at the same number, 973-579-0500. Construction. Staff within the DPW, the Office of Bridge and Traffic Safety, and the Office of Facilities Management are continuing on the Sussex County Division of Health Storage Building and the Sussex County Sheriff's Storage Building and Modular Office Project. Both projects are located in Frankfort Township. Multiple DPW and OBTS crews are working on the project. Efforts are focused on completing the buildings pads for 2 pole barns, installing the site stormwater systems, rough grading the parking lots, preparing for construction of office foundations, and preparing for the utility system installations. The pole barn building contractor is expected to begin construction of the Division of Health Storage Building during the first week of June. Public Works construction crew are also working on repairs to stormwater inlets and stormwater collection pipes in preparation of the 26 resurfacing program. Sussex County Traffic Safety Programs. Sussex County Signal Crew is conducting the biannual inspection of the county's traffic signal and beacon systems. The county maintains over 55 electrified traffic safety systems. The inspections provide information used to identify repair priorities and assist with programming required capital improvements. Traffic Safety Crew replaced the lighting on the River Styx Bridge. The county maintains lighting systems on the county-owned and all operated bridges. The sign fabrication shop has completed fabrication of highway safety signs identified as part of the annual sign inspection program and replaced as needed. The program identified signs which have been damaged, gone missing, or reached the end of their useful life. That's all I have for that. I did attend the Branchville Memorial Parade, which was, I believe, the biggest one in the county. I'm pretty sure it is, along with Commissioner Silverthorne. Weather held out, which was nice. And I also came and saw Sheila Brunda, who's been an employee here for how long, Lorraine? 18 years, who is actually retiring, and Lorraine got her to stay around for another month. So good luck to her. Congratulations. She's been a very good employee for Sussex County and senior services, so she will be missed. That's all I have.
Thank you. Deputy Director DeGroot.
Yes, good evening, everyone. I would like to begin with the Lake Musconetcon Planning Board. At our meeting last week, we covered a number of important topics. These included NECON shortfall and annual contributions, which has led to a request for a meeting with the mayor and council there. Also, preparations for potential algae blooms, discussions regarding vendors for weed removal and disposal, and planning for the annual junior fishing contest, which will be held Sunday, June 21st from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. at Lakeside Park. Continuing on, we recently observed Memorial Day. I had the honor of attending ceremonies presented by Wantage American Legion Post 213, alongside Sussex Fire Department and an auxiliary, who led memorial services across Sussex and Wantage. It was a privilege to attend and pay tribute to the brave men and women who made the ultimate sacrifice for our nation. May we continue to remember and pray for the service members and their families, not only on Memorial Day, but throughout the year. Additionally, as mentioned by my fellow commissioners, we all attended Older Americans Day, hosted by Senior Services. Just want to thank everyone again for playing, whoever played a part in making the event just so wonderful. As Psalm 145:4 reminds us, one generation shall commend your works to another. That's it. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you. Okay, again, on June 7th, we have the 250th America's Anniversary of Independence at the Sussex County Fairgrounds. It begins at 3 p.m. and runs until 9. Admission is free to this family-friendly friendly community event that will feature an afternoon and evening of patriotic festivities, including food vendors, entertainment, giveaways, and a fireworks display, along with many other attractions to commemorate America's 250 years of independence. Division of Senior Services, the annual Senior Olympics. The Division of Senior Services will be hosting Sussex County's annual Senior Olympics on Tuesday, June 9th, 2026. 7 teams of seniors representing Montague, Sparta, Hopatcong, Vernon, Hardiston, Sussex YMCA, and Sandyston will compete with one another in numerous activities for a full day of camaraderie, activities, food, entertainment, and fun. And that's another wonderful event by the Senior Services that they put on. Division of Senior Services, the Seniors Farmers Market Nutrition Program provides financially eligible individuals who are age 60 years and older with a $40 electronic benefit to purchase fresh fruits and vegetables at participating farm stands in New Jersey. Many local community farms participate in the Senior Farmers Market Nutrition Program, and each recipient will receive a complete list of the farm stands with their package. This once-a-year benefit is available at the Division of Senior Services Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 4:30. This benefit will be available from June 1st, 2026 through September 30th, 2026, and must be redeemed by November 30th, 2026. Please contact the Division of Senior Services to obtain additional information about this program at 973-579-0555. Division of Health, Office of Public Health Nursing is hosting a women's health screening clinic, which will be held on Thursday, June 4th from 4:30 to 7:30 at the Office of Public Health Nursing, 201 Wheatsworth Road in Hamburg. This clinic offers a variety of health screenings and education. This service is free to uninsured and underinsured county residents who qualify for the New Jersey Cancer Education and Early Detection NJ-SEED program. To make an appointment, call the Office of Public Health Nursing at 973-579-0570, extension 1246. And then I have all the different diseases and infectious disease statistics, but we can put that online so that you don't have to sit and listen to me read it. Public outreach, the Office of Mosquito Control will be participating in several community events in June. Mosquito staff will be present to educate residents on mosquito biology and control practices. Be sure to stop in for giveaways and free spotted lantern fly traps. Saturday, June 6th, will be at Stillwater Day, which starts at 2 p.m. and ends at dusk. Saturday, June 6th, they'll also be at Newton Day Festival at Memory Park from 5 p.m. until dark. The rain date for that event is June 13th. And then on Sunday, June 7th, they'll be at our Celebrate America 250th at the Sussex County Fairgrounds. The mosquito control tabletop display will be set up weekly at the Andover and Newton municipal buildings from June 1st through June 12th. The tabletop display will be displayed in the foyers of each municipal building and will have free educational materials, fact sheets, and giveaways for mosquito and tick-related information. And we also have the spotted lantern fly traps. I haven't seen any yet this year, but they're available to all Sussex County residents. If residents would like to receive their free traps, please contact the Office of Mosquito Control at 973-940-5225 to schedule a pickup time. Traps can be picked up at the Mosquito Control Office anytime, Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30 p.m., but scheduling an appointment is preferred to ensure staffing availability. And then my other comments are pretty short because everybody touched on everything. Commissioner Henderson and I met with, her name was Liz Russo from District 12, representative with the EMS Council. We discussed the county's funding of our local volunteer first aid squads. Commissioners Henderson, Silverthorne, and I attended the ribbon cutting ceremony at Sussex County Community College's new McGuire Technical Education Center. I want to thank Senior Services for a great event celebrating Older Americans Day, always a great turnout. And going back to the, because I somehow stuck a sentence in the wrong spot, the building that they did the grand opening on, it's for the construction and diesel technology facility. We'll also have a few classrooms so they don't have to travel back and forth to the college for classes. And it's nice to see how much the college has transformed in the last 2 years. Like, it's literally insane. We seem to be at ribbon cuttings or ceremonies every 2 weeks at the college. On Saturday, May 16th, Commissioner Silverthorne joined me for the second quarter's mayor's meetings. With Open Public Meetings Act, only two commissioners can attend anything, so we are rotating around so that everyone gets to go. We had a great roundtable discussion with the mayors and deputy mayors that were in attendance. We discussed everything from the upcoming 250th County Celebration of America, shared services, tax maps, even data centers, and handling contentious meetings and much more, all bipartisan. It's important for us to all to get together in a place where we can talk freely, and it was a really, really good morning. We had a great time. Good breakfast.
Go back to the Senior Olympic Day. What day is
Yes,
that? Not
June
the-
9th.
What day is that?
Tuesday, June 9th. All right, Alan, I'll see you at the gym, 6 a.m. You can join me. And that's all I have. Number 10, approval of the consent agenda. There is none. Number 11, the minutes were moved. Number 12, an ordinance. Introduction for first reading, ordinance 26-07. General administrative management and operations for the Sussex County Administrative Building for visitors attending Board of County Commissioners meetings. A motion to adopt the ordinance on first reading and authorize the clerk to advertise this ordinance as introduced for first reading and also post same on the bulletin board in the lobby of the County Administrative Center, together with the notice of public hearing stating that a hearing will be held on June 10th, 2026 at 6 p.m. prior to final adoption of this ordinance. Can I get a motion? Okay, Commissioner Henderson, and a second.
Second.
Commissioner Carney, any discussion? Anyone want to say anything? No?
I think it's a good idea.
I think it's a good idea too. I think in the way that, the political violence that's out there, in our opinion, this will protect all of you and us too. So we'll have to go through the same security that you'll go through. Okay, roll call, please.
Commissioner
Yes.
Yes.
Henderson,
Yes.
Commissioner Silver,
Yes.
Director Space.
Yes. Number 13, appointments and/or resignations. We have none. Number 14, resolutions. Can I get a motion to adopt resolutions A through Y?
So moved.
Okay, Deputy Director DeGroot, in a second.
Second.
Commissioner Henderson, any discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Carney,
Yes.
Deputy Director DeGroot,
Yes.
Commissioner
Yes.
Director Space.
Yes. Number 15, awards of contract change orders bids. We have number 16, financial. We have payment of bills list A. Can I get a motion to pay bills list A?
So moved.
Okay, Commissioner Silverthorne, and a second.
Second.
Commissioner Carney, any discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Carney.
Yes.
Deputy Director DeGroot,
Yes.
Commissioner Henderson.
Yes.
Commissioner Silverthorne.
Yes.
Director Space.
Yes. Okay, bills list B, May 2027. Can I get a motion to pay bills list B?
So moved.
Okay, Commissioner Henderson, in a second.
Second.
Commissioner Silverthorne, any discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Carney,
Yes.
Deputy Director DeGroot,
Abstain.
Commissioner Henderson.
Yes.
Commissioner Silverthorne.
Yes.
Director Space.
Yes, number 17, personnel. We have a resolution, personnel agenda, May 27th, 2026. Can I get a motion to approve the personnel agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, Deputy Director DeGroot, and a second from Commissioner Silverthorne. Any discussion?
Yes.
Yes.
Am I allowed to vote on this since there's things regarding the prosecutor's office?
There are two people from the prosecutor's office. My understanding is that your conflict, your daughter is not involved on the hiring screening committee. She doesn't have a say. This is a secretary and another staff personnel, so there is no issue.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, roll call, please.
Commissioner Carney,
Yes.
Deputy Director DeGroot,
Yes.
Commissioner Henderson.
Yes.
Commissioner Silverthorne.
Yes.
Director Space.
Yes. Okay, number 18, administrative report.
Okay, good evening, everyone. First, I want to congratulate the Division of Senior Services. We received notification today that the division will be receiving $35,000 in funding from the Department of Community Affairs for recreational opportunities for individuals with disabilities. This will allow the division to expand recreation activities throughout the county. We are having continued issues at the Sussex Swanage Branch Library. I wanted to make sure that I publicly reported that regarding the air conditioning system. It's caused that library to be closed down a few days last week, and we had to close early again today. Additional parts have been ordered, and I should have an update tomorrow morning as to the status. I just want to state that, so everybody is aware, there are regulations that prohibit employees from working in any building that is over 79 degrees. We obviously don't also want to expose our patrons to high indoor temps as well. So what we have done is we have closed that library at 5:00 p.m. today. We should have an update, like I said, tomorrow. Staff from the library is reporting either to the main library or to the Dennis branch to assist operations over there. We've received, and I know members of the board have received inquiries regarding County Route 517 in Ogdensburg. There's been requests by the town to have a traffic study done regarding speed limits along Route 517. So I do have an update for the board. That request was researched by the Department of Engineering and Planning. Under the current resolution, which was established on February 25th of 2009, there is a 40-mile-per-hour zone speed limit between 2,110 feet north of Roman Way in Sparta, extending north to Brooks Flat Road in Ogdensburg. Within the borough of Ogdensburg, the 40-mile-per-hour speed limit extends from the Sparta-Ogdensburg town line to Brooks Flat Road. The speed limit then transitions to 35 miles per hour from Brooks Flat Road north to 1,100 feet south of the Ogdensburg Elementary School. That limit is then reduced to 30 miles per hour between 1,100 feet south of Passaic Avenue in Ogdensburg to a point of 750 feet north of Fox Hill Drive in Franklin Borough. Under the current review, there is going to be some recommendations to modify those speed limits. Based on the study, the recommendation is to maintain the existing 40 mile per hour zone between the Sparta Ogdensburg Town Line and Brooks Flat Road. Maintain the existing 35 mile per hour zone between Brooks Flat Road to the point more or less of 1,100 feet south of Passaic Avenue. Reduce the existing 30 mile per hour speed limit to 25 miles per hour from the point more or less of 1,100 feet south of Passaic Avenue, north to the Ogdensburg Franklin Town Line. This then maintains the existing 30 mile per hour speed limit in Franklin. And then reduce the existing 25 mile per hour zone between the Ogdensburg school zone. Reduce that from 25 mile per hour to 20 miles per hour during recess or while children are going to or leaving the school during opening or closing times. These recommendations are based on, against traffic. They take consideration of pedestrian facilities, on-street parking, crash data, recommendations provided by U.S. limits. We are going to be setting up a meeting with the Borough of Ogdensburg to go over these recommendations and with their approval, then move forward with implementing them. Elk and I had a meeting today with the county's rating agency, which went very well. The county has a strong wealth and income level that exceeds state and national averages. We have a strong tax base comprised of 84% residential and 11% commercial, industry, and utility. Market values have increased by 50% over the past 5 years. Fund balance has increased to a 10-year high of $23 million in 2025 and currently represents 18% of revenue. This is consistent with county's policy and recommendations. The county has continued to improve its financial position, including the fund balance, other reserves, and the debt burden over the past 10 years. The county, based on this fund balance and all of the other reserves, the county is well positioned to mitigate any effects from an economic downturn or any unforeseen event. Strong financial management is evidenced by formal adopted policies by this board. And lastly, low and decreasing debt burden with rapid repayment of principal. The county has significantly increased its pay-as-you-go capital and reduced the reliance on debt issuances. And I do want to make one more remark that I don't have on my report. I had mentioned this a few meetings back regarding the park benches. I had stated that the park benches, we needed the budget to pass in order to obtain the final pieces that we needed to have them reinstalled. The budget was passed on the 13th. We've been able to finalize that. And as I stated at that meeting, we are still on course to start a rolling installation of them beginning the first week in June. And that is my report.
Just a quick question. The library in Sussex, isn't that a voting location right now?
It is a voting location.
So
but
that's
we do,
still open?
It is still open, but we don't see the temperatures rise to those unsafe levels until later in the day. So we do manage them and we do maintain and have temperature guns and make sure that we're all in compliance.
Thank you. County Council report. Great. Number 20, unfinished business. Does anyone have any unfinished business? No. Okay. 21, new business. We do have new business. We have a resolution that we are looking to pass tonight, and it is calling for fair and adequate school funding. Whereas the New Jersey School Funding Reform Act, SFRA, was designed to provide a thorough and efficient system of free public schools, guaranteeing that every child is afforded an equal opportunity for a quality education, as whereas Sussex County students deserve access to robust educational programs, highly qualified staff, and safe facilities, and whereas underfunding, funding, and arbitrary state aid reductions force local school districts to make difficult choices, such as increasing class sizes, reducing advanced course offerings, or drastically raising local property taxes to compensate for state funding shortfalls. And whereas the state's current budget modifications and aid caps, such as capping aid increases while only providing minimal protection against aid cuts, prevent chronically under-aided districts from receiving the full resources they are entitled to under the law. And whereas the Sussex County Board of County Commissioners can no longer bear the financial burden caused by disappropriate funding, which severely strains the taxpayers residing within our jurisdiction. Now therefore be it resolved, the Board of County Commissioners of the County of Sussex, State of New Jersey, as follows. Call to action. The governing body strongly urges the governor, the New Jersey Department of Education, the state legislators to reevaluate the school funding formula to ensure equitable state aid is distributed across all districts. Restore adequacy. We request the immediate elimination of unfair growth caps and cuts that prevent under-aided districts from reaching 100% of their adequacy budget. Number 3, property tax relief. We call on the state to fulfill its constitutional duty to fully fund educational aid, therefore providing essential property tax relief for our local residents. Can I get a motion to adopt this resolution?
So moved.
Okay, Commissioner Henderson in a second.
Second.
Commissioner Silverthorne, any discussion? Yes.
Yes. You go first.
Okay. I just want to say, we all know this is a problem in the rural districts of the state, and I want to say that our legislators, Senator Space, Assemblywoman Fantasia, and Assemblyman Mike and Ganamore are fighting for our fair funding, and along with Senator Doug Steinhardt. So.
Yeah, I just want to add, over the last 8 years in the Murphy administration, we've lost $13.2 million to our schools. And that really hurts. I know the Board of Eds are like 64 to 64% of your taxes, which people don't realize. They usually blame the municipality because I've been there. But it's a burden, and it's not always their fault that they have to raise the taxes, because when you're cut, your state aid gets cut, they got to get the money somewhere, or they're going to cut the services. And it's unfair, and it needs to be fixed. And hopefully this resolution doesn't fall on deaf ears. Kind of thinking it's gonna, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully our legislators will keep up the good fight, and we'll see some money come back into Sussex County and the rest of the rural counties, honestly. So that's all.
That'd be nice. Can I get a motion to adopt Resolution A?
Still move.
I already did, yeah.
You did.
I got it,
Yeah, you
yep. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Carney?
Yes.
Deputy Director DeGroot?
Yes.
Commissioner Henderson?
Yes.
Commissioner Silverthorne?
Yes.
Director Space?
Yes. And we have a resolution requesting Governor Mikey Sherrill restore full funding to the New Jersey School of Conservation. And it is whereas on October 21st, 2022, the State of New Jersey Legislature amended NJSA 18A:640 I-1, the direction of New Jersey School of Conservation, NJSOC property from Montclair State University to the Friends of the New Jersey School of Conservation, a tax-exempt nonprofit organization. And whereas pursuant to NJSA 18A:64 I-1, NJSOC shall be used in perpetuity as a school for environmental field study under the direction of the Friends of NJSOC pursuant to a 20-year lease between the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection and Friends of NJSOC. And whereas NJSA 18A:64 I-5 provides that the state of New Jersey shall provide all monies appropriated by an annual appropriations act for the maintenance and support of the NJSOC to the Friends of NJSOC, which shall expend the funds for the expenses necessary for the operation of the NJSOC, including maintenance of the grounds and buildings, purchase of equipment, funding educational programs, and housing students and teachers, and whereas any monies appropriated under NJSA 18A:64I-5 shall pass through the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection to the Friends of NJSOC, and whereas the state of New Jersey has eliminated funds for the operation and maintenance of the NJSOC, thus forcing the NJSOC to close, and whereas such a closing will hurt the local Sussex County economy, where the NJSOC has worked with 9 local businesses, contributing $1.7 million to the local economy over the past 3 years, and whereas partnerships, associations, and programs with numerous local community organizations, including Sussex County ARC, Sussex County Library, Sussex County Self-Sufficiency, NJ Youth Corps, Sussex County Chamber of Commerce will be curtailed, and whereas 8 Sussex County elementary schools who rely on their environmental education programming through field trips at NJSOC will be halted, and whereas a dozen Sussex County teachers who have attended teacher professional development training on conservation, stewardship, and climate change will no longer have the benefit of this necessary training, and whereas the Sussex County Community College has recently entered into a partnership to allow for field study, research, and interns at the NJSOC for their students, and whereas, if not funded, the NJSOC would be forced to lay off 30 dedicated professionals who live in Sussex County. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Sussex County Commissioners, in full consideration of the negative impact to the economy of Sussex County, the state of New Jersey, the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection, the students, educators, and researchers of the state of New Jersey, call upon Governor Mikey Sherrill to immediately restore the New Jersey School of Conservation's budget request of $3 million. Be further resolved that the clerk of the board shall forward a certified true copy of this resolution to the office of Governor Mikey Sherrill, Assemblywoman Dawn Fantasia, Assemblyman Mike Ganamort, and the New Jersey School of Conservation. Can I get a motion to approve that, Deputy Director DeGroot?
So
A second?
moved.
Okay, Commissioner Silverthorne, any discussion? Yes.
Yeah, he's from and we'll make sure that he gets a copy of it.
Absolutely. Okay, any other discussion?
Just want to say, I think we've all had kids that have gone through there for school. It's definitely, and no pun intended, a hidden jewel in Sussex County, because it's not the easiest to find. But I think this is long overdue. I think it's great we're doing this for them.
Yes, yep, I agree. Okay, roll call, please.
Commissioner Carney?
Yes.
Deputy Director DeGroot?
Yes.
Commissioner Henderson?
Yes.
Commissioner Silverthorne? Director Space?
Yes. And 22, public session from the floor. This public session is for those wishing to make general comments of 3 minutes or less on non-agenda topics. Please line up at the microphone and state your name and municipality for the record. Can I get a motion to open the floor for public comment? Okay, Commissioner Henderson, a second. Commissioner Silverthorne, discussion. Yes. The only thing that I'm going to request, we get a lot of feedback that people can't hear. So if you could just adjust the microphone when you stand up there, because people are watching at home or they watch later and they can't always hear everyone. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstain. Okay, the floor is open.
Sandy Hall, Sanderston Township, Layton. Thank you for your resolution funding SOC. I mean, it's critical to so many kids in so many ways. It's tantamount to, our 4-H programs, our scouting programs. So thank you for doing that. It's the people who are over there are so dedicated, and I know they're going to be thrilled that you've really supported them in this. And thank you for the opportunity to address you tonight. Elections are around the corner, and I'm sure all candidates are scrambling for support and engaging with political action committees, scheduling fundraisers, and possibly making deals and promises to reward financial support. On my Facebook page for No National Park, I urge folks to attend local meetings, to become informed, to speak up and speak out, and ask the hard questions on issues of their concern. I would encourage folks to attend political events, meet the candidates, and again, ask the questions, because we do need representatives who will work for all the Sussex County residents. Thank you very much.
Jean Apriage, Hampton Township. Tyrant Trump managed another act of blatant corruption to line the pockets of his allies at our expense. Every Trump supporter is responsible for another one of his schemes to dismantle our democracy and replace it with a kleptocracy. The Justice Department was once led by career civil servants, professional prosecutors who brought cases against suspected criminals based on the law, not their political affiliation. Our once independent judiciary was occupied by government workers who pledged allegiance to the Constitution. Now the Justice Department is corrupted by MAGA madness, where Trump cronies impose loyalty tests and fire career prosecutors who do not pledge allegiance to Trump. 7 years ago, a federal government contractor leaked the tax returns of the president to the media because Trump refused to release his tax returns, as every other modern-day president had done. The perpetrator was charged, convicted, and went to prison for releasing Trump's personal financial documents. Waiting until he had successfully corrupted the Justice Department, Trump recently sued the IRS for $10 billion for failing to properly oversee the contractor who leaked the documents. Fortunately, the judge presiding over the case is a holdover from the once independent judiciary, not a Trump crony, and questioned the president's right to sue the government that he leads, raising the argument that the case was unlawful and could not proceed through the court system. However, the Justice Department, Todd Blanche, the head of the Justice Department, Todd Blanche, is a Trump crony and is acting as Trump's personal attorney, not as the nation's independent attorney general. Taking advantage of MAGA madness, Trump dropped his $10 billion case against the government to settle it before it was thrown out of court, so that Blanche could set up a $1.776 billion fund, a figure that is a sick nod to the level of corruption at play, as a slush fund created with our taxpayers' money to compensate Trump's allies who claim they were victims of weaponization of the former Justice Department. However, they are criminals who were rightfully charged, convicted, and served time in prison. Men like Michael Flynn, Steve Bannon, Paul Manafort, Roger Stone, and dozens of others, including insurrectionists who attacked Capitol police officers. There have been no findings of malicious prosecutions against these criminals. But with no legitimate grounds, these criminals will reap the benefits of MAGA madness, and we will pay for it, unless people speak out to stop it. Every person who continues to spread MAGA madness is responsible for this miscarriage of justice. Hold the GOP accountable. Stop MAGA madness.
Kathy Brennan, Hampton Township. I honestly did not have anything prepared for this evening because there are just so many things going on that I didn't know which specific one to focus on. There are so many things to think about. We are supposedly reflecting on the 250th anniversary of this country. At this point in time, I think there are many questions as to what exactly is going on in this country today and what is there to celebrate today. There are so many things. The war, the Golden Ballroom, the Golden Arch, now something built for a boxing match, funds, as were mentioned, for cronies, detention centers where people are being treated horrendously, measles outbreaks, Ebola outbreaks, data centers which are so large that we wonder, what is all this data that they are collecting? Is it all our information to use against us if the government doesn't like things we say? I just think that these are all things to ponder on while we think of celebrating, which I question celebrating, the 250th anniversary, because I would say this is not what our country was based on. Thank you.
Laura Haug from Frieden. I'd like for each of you, everyone in this room, to picture a woman that you love. A wife, a sister, a daughter, a dear friend. Think about what makes that woman special. her intelligence, her empathy, her sense of humor or wit, her ability to care deeply for others. Think about how you would like that woman to be treated. Please keep that picture in your mind. She's so bad. She's so pathetic. She's so effing bad. Quiet, Piggy. Horse face. She's certainly not hot. Unattractive, both inside and out. I fully understand why her former husband left her for a man. He made a good decision. A crazed, crying lowlife and a dog. An extraordinarily low IQ person. Such a nasty woman. Look at that face. Would anybody vote for that? Can you imagine that? The face of our next president? I mean, she's a woman, and I'm not supposed to say bad things, but really, folks, come on. Are we serious? Sadly, she's no longer a 10. She does have a very nice figure. If she weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. I moved on her, actually. You know, she was down on Palm Beach. I moved on her, and I failed. I'll admit it. I did try and F her. She was married. What do you think of Lindsay Lohan? There's something there, right? But you have to like freckles. I've seen a close-up of her chest, and a lot of freckles. Are you into freckles? She's probably deeply troubled, and therefore great in bed. How come the deeply troubled women, deeply troubled, they're always the best in bed? We could say, politically correct, that looks don't matter. But the look obviously matters. Like you wouldn't have your job if you weren't beautiful. I've got to use some Tic Tacs, just in case I start kissing her. You know, I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. Just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything. Grab them by the... You can do anything. I apologize for the things I just said. No one should ever have to be spoken about or to like this. And I hope no woman in your life has ever been spoken to like this. These words are unkind. Having said that, I would like to thank the Board of Commissioners tonight for accepting a sub-grant award with the state of New Jersey for Stop Violence Against Women program. With that, it is my sincere hope that we can recognize that words matter. When individuals are permitted or to say, are even celebrated for speaking with hurtful, demeaning, and demoralizing phrases like the ones I read tonight, this mistreatment becomes normalized. In many cases, women who are spoken to like this become disempowered, self-conscious, and defeated. I urge all of you, both here publicly and in your private lives, to stop the cycle of abuse. Uncomfortable conversations might need to be had, but we, the Sussex County citizens, are better than this. Please make America kind again.
Good afternoon or evening. Jeff Hull from Northwestern Beamerville. I would like to relate two similar stories in American culture that were driven by vanity, hubris, and misjudgment. In February of 1990, the baddest man on the planet, Mike Tyson, was going to fight Buster Douglas. Tyson was undefeated and threatening to kill his opponent. His new management, trainers who were not competent or experienced in professional boxing, but were convinced this was going to be a slaughter. Buster was defined as a journeyman. Iron Mike skipped preparation, studying tapes, no tactical strategy except to attack. However, the incompetent Tyson training camp did not address that Buster had a 12-inch reach advantage. Tyson violently attacked Buster, used his overwhelming 12-inch reach to hold Tyson at bay. With poor tactics and match mismanagement, the baddest man in the world was humiliated and knocked out. Excuse me. On February 28th, the most powerful military in the history of the world attacked a non-nuclear power. There will be overwhelming force causing the overthrow of the government and a regime change. Their military, naval force, air force, and missiles will be destroyed. They have no chance. They have no cards to play. Threats were made. The opening attack is quickly followed by mission accomplished, and meaningless threats and demands. We will only accept unconditional surrender. We will take him back to the Stone Age. Civilization will die tonight. Iran will be blown off the face of the earth. Destruction of all bridges and power plants. No ceasefire. One big glow is coming out of Iran. On March 2nd, Iran counterpunches, closes the Straits of Hormuz. This is not a secret weapon. The early knockout of the third-rate opponent has us up against the ropes for 88 days. Tyson's incompetent managers and trainers' strategy resulted in a crushing defeat and a crumbling career. Will our present administration be able to save us from destroying the reputation and status of the greatest nation in history?
Good evening, Sandy Pender, Frieden Township. I'll be talking tonight about Trump's slush fund to help his victims of weaponization. Trump told us his second term would be focused on revenge. He's not subtle when he literally says to his supporters, "I am your retribution." He always says the quiet part out loud. He has made it abundantly clear that he is not making decisions based on what is good for or helpful for the American people, but rather choosing actions that make his personal enemies suffer. It is an outrage that he is using our tax dollars to pay out people he believes have been victims of weaponization. His victims are supporters of his cause, like those that attacked the Capitol on January 6. These are people who committed crimes against law enforcement, hung a noose for our vice president, and tried to breach the chamber looking for members of Congress. Watch the footage again if you don't remember. This was an angry mob that was following Trump's call to action. His victims of weaponization may also include any of his yes men, those people that have done his bidding regardless of whether it is legal or morally right. Again, he says the quiet part out loud. We know how much he values blind loyalty to him despite the law or morality. So who should be compensated by this Victims of Weaponization Fund? How about American citizens detained or deported illegally? How about families of American citizens shot illegally by ICE? How about African American citizens disenfranchised by redistricting? How about LGBTQ Americans targeted from day one by the Trump administration? How about women who have seen decades of reproductive rights and freedoms reversed? How about women who have seen decades of progress toward equality stalled by misogynistic speech and postings? How about veterans who have been disrespected and had social safety nets disappear despite their unwavering service to our country? And finally, how about every American taxpayer whose hard-earned money is going to ridiculous legacy projects that have not been approved by Congress and that do not serve the people? This is not how government is supposed to work. It is ironic that we are celebrating 250 years of democracy this year because this would make the Founding Fathers roll in their graves. Government was intended to have three co-equal branches that provide checks and balances, not one man who enriches himself, his friends, and his families to the detriment of the people. As a representative of county government, if this does not outrage you, I'm not sure what else could. As you plan the county's 250th celebration, please think hard about what this milestone stands for and what true leadership looks like.
Layton, New Jersey. I'm here to say how much I really enjoy President Trump. And I think that conversations about him really have nothing to do with how Sussex County handles their finances and handles the the agenda that we're talking about today. However, it's interesting that of all the things that they talk about, I'd like to really know where they get their facts to, because the facts that I hear are totally opposite of what theirs are. However, I grim would be the better word, to listen to what they say. However, I do listen. Well, what I'm really here to say is that I support ICE. I support what they're doing with the detention centers, and they're welcome to stop at my house for coffee anytime. Lastly, I want to remind everyone that the man who used to sit there, Bill Hayden, is going to court again on Monday, June the 1st at 1:30. If anyone wants to hear how he's handling his tax evasion case, it'll be heard at 1:30 on Monday. Okay, thank you very much.
John Snyder, Sandyston. Wow. I thought we were against hate speech. Here's so much of it here tonight. Hear people talking about the plight of women. But we couldn't define a woman anymore. Angie Jackson Brown, Supreme Court, what was her comment? Not an expert in that field. I hear the word democracy again. We live in a republic, not a democracy. I think it was Benjamin Franklin that said, "We gave them a republic, let's see if they can keep it." I also was at the Branchville Parade for Memorial Day on Monday, another great event that they put on every year. But I was pretty dismayed looking at the news on Tuesday at Delaney Hall in Newark, which is a nice detention center, where I guess our governor and Senator Kim found that a good way to honor the fallen heroes by going down there and trying to bust into the facility. I wouldn't be surprised if the governor or the senator had made a request to Tom Homan, "Can we come down and look at your facility?" I'm sure he would have welcomed them with open arms. But no, they want to make some news media and crash the gates. Apparently, the next day on Tuesday, there were riots down there. Same place, Delaney Hall in Newark. Speaking of Memorial Day, we had a president, Barack Obama. When he was running for office, at one point he indicated that he thinks he had been to 56 states so far. He also stated that he wanted to fundamentally transform the country. Not one news reporter that I'm aware of questioned him and said, transform this country from the greatest experiment on the planet to what? His first year in office, at a Memorial Day service, he looked out into the audience and apparently saw some active duty military. And his comment was, "It's nice to see some of the people that we're honoring here today in the audience." A man who did not know the meaning of Memorial Day was twice elected to the office of President of the United States. Disgusting. I'm not a big sports fan anymore, but Jackson Dart, apparently he's the quarterback for the New York Giants, 23-year-old. And I guess he introduced Donald Trump a few days ago at a rally. Now he's being threatened. Joy Behar said, "I hope he wears extra padding now when he goes out to play." They're calling all sorts of names. But for what? Because he introduced the President of the United States. Thank you. Let's go back on the gold standard.
Second.
Website at www.sussex.nj.us for meeting schedules. Number 24, you're up, Linda.
Providing for an executive closed session not open to the public in accordance with the provisions of NJSA 10:4-12 et sec, Whereas the subject matters about to be discussed may be excluded from the public portion of the meeting by resolution of the Board of County Commissioners as an exception to the Open Public Meetings Act pursuant to NJSA 10:4-12B, and whereas it appears necessary for the Board of County Commissioners to discuss such matters in executive session. Now therefore, be it resolved that the Board of County Commissioners of the County of Sussex, in accordance with the provisions of NJSA 10:4-12B and NJSA 10:4-13, that the board at this time enter into an executive session from which the public shall be excluded, and be it further resolved that the general nature of the subjects to be discussed relate to the following items authorized by NJSA 10:4-12B as designated below. Number 7, matters relating to litigation, negotiations, and the attorney-client privilege, the homestead. Be it further resolved that the deliberations conducted in closed session may be disclosed to the public upon the determination of the Sussex County Board of County Commissioners, or provided by law that the public interest no longer be served by such confidentiality, and be it further resolved that upon completion of the business for which the board has entered into the executive session, the board shall reconvene and resume its meeting open to the public. And be it further resolved that the board expects to take formal action after returning from executive session, except to adjourn the regular meeting.
Can I get a motion to adopt the executive session resolution and enter into executive session? Okay, Commissioner Silverthorne, second.
Second.
Commissioner Henderson, any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed, abstain. Okay. We're in executive session.